and
Welcome to Entertainment Now on UMERADIO, WUMEDB New York. This show takes you beyond the music, dance, box office and thrills, for deeper and more meaningful insights into the minds and hearts of the players. We share stories about pop culture, celebrities, and everything entertainment, but with education and empowerment in mind. It's all about positive entertainment. Here is today's hot topic.
Is one of Hollywood's biggest downfalls. Colorism is one of Hollywood's biggest downfalls. In a very vain industry, even the most talented performers get dismissed based on their looks. One performer this has happened to is Viola Davis. According to an article released by Maya Abraham, Viola Davis reveals fellow black actors felt she wasn't pretty enough to be a leading lady. When speaking with the New York Times about her forthcoming memoir, Finding Me, the How to Get Away with Murder star spoke on her journey to accepting the role of Annalise Keating. Following her roles in Doubt, The Help, and Fences, Davis was 47 and terrified to tackle such a job. Shonda Rhimes, the show's executive producer, admitted that Davis was the team's dream choice. The Times added, before the series, Davis's biggest roles had been strong, tough, sharp, but sexually neutered women, as if the deepness of her skin tone and her sensuality were inversely correlated. Racial criticism was so prominent that even fellow black actors, both male and female, believed she wasn't pretty enough to pull off a leading role. Prior to her role on the hit ABC primetime drama, casting directors also felt Davis was too dark and not classically beautiful enough to portray a romantic lead. This caused her to ensure that the How to Get Away with Murder writers included the groundbreaking scene of her removing her wig and makeup. The TV and film business is saturated with people who think they're writing something human when it's really a gimmick, she writes in the memoir. But if I took the wig off in a brutal, private moment and took off the makeup, it would force them to write for that woman. Following that season, Davis took home an Emmy for her performance. Moments like this led to Davis's creation of The Woman King, a film that took 6 years to begin production, as studios were reluctant to back a project featuring so many dark-skinned black women across the diaspora. The Woman King reflected all of the things that the world told me were limiting: black women with crinkly, curly hair, who were darker than a paper bag, who were warriors, the 56-year-old expressed. When wrapping the film, she told her cast and crew, "The thing about what we do is that you can be transported back in time. You can be whoever you want to be. And, you know, for black people, sometimes the only thing we've had to rely on is our imaginations. What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls the butterfly. We've been so misunderstood, limited, invisible for so long. And now, people are going to see us be butterflies." The actress first realized her passion for acting upon seeing Cicely Tyson portray Jane Pittman as her family watched the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman in her youth. "My heart stopped beating. It was like a hand reached for mine, and I finally saw my way out," she writes in the memoir. Finding Me was released in April. This story is courtesy of Vibe.
We have Miss Elenee Young. Hope I'm saying her name right. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Oh,
I'm doing pretty good. I love your shirt. To our viewers, listeners out there. Look, she's about. We had Diana Ross, and now we got this floral shirt. I love it. I love it.
I had to bring a little color to this very sanitary room. I'm hiding in my basement. It is 6:45 a.m. where I am. So I was like, my kids are sleeping, my husband's sleeping, my dog is sleeping.
There you go.
I'm gonna go hide downstairs.
Wow. Yeah. You could go hide.
Really wide and fully awake.
Fully awake.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers. All right. So tell us, who is Elenee Young, the singer? Please tell us about your music, your career, how you get started.
Yeah, so I have been singing and writing forever. It feels like very similar to Miss Fears, who I was so inspired by this morning. It's just something that it's in my blood. You know, it's something that I've always done in one way or another, whether it's short stories or poems. And then that sort of amalgamated with my love for music when I was very young. I started putting melodies to all the poems that I had written. And then from there, I started to put some music to it. And that's a very organic story of how I came to where I am today. There was lots and lots of ugly stuff in the middle, but it's made me better. It's made me stronger. And by the grace of God, it's put me on the path to be where I am and where I'm going. And so, yeah, I'm a mom. I'm a wife. We own a restaurant. I'm Canadian.
Nice.
And I don't know if y'all are familiar with this term, but I'm Métis citizen. So that means I am Indigenous and also Greek. So I'm a little bit of everything. But
wow.
It's a really cool... Yeah, I know a little bit about all sorts of weird cultural things. You can ask me. I grew up in Greece, and then I grew up on the reserve. So I know a little bit of all things culturally here in Canada. And I'm excited to bring a little bit of a different spice blend to the ever-growing Canadian gospel music table. So here I am.
Off the cuff. What languages do you speak?
I speak 2.5. Not that exciting. I speak obviously French, and I speak English, and then I can read and write Greek. But I can understand it. It's a hard language to speak. It's just the words are this long, and it's just but
yeah.
Gotcha.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What was that word that you said? That should be the word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
What is it? What is it now?
Word of the day.
Oh man. I don't even remember.
It was in regards to you knowing being Indigenous and being Greek. You said if you don't know, it was like Maltese.
Oh, I don't even know. It's so early. The words coming out of
me or something like that. Yeah, something like that. But
Métis.
Oh, Métis.
Okay, all right. So you were the 2017 Songwriter of the Year at GMA Immerse. Please tell us about your experience, this achievement, and what it means to you.
Yeah, you know, at the time, it meant everything to me. It was something that I had tried to do in 2016. But I had this strange fear of rejection, I guess you want to call it that. And so I choked on stage. And so I went back in 2017 and I was like, it's not that I'm going to take no for an answer. However, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm going to try again. I know that I have a gift. I feel like the Lord has called me in this direction, and I'm going to give it another whirl. So I did, and I won. And that was wild because, again, I did not expect that. I was just going for a second opinion. And now I look back and I'm like, oh, you know what? It was a great opportunity, but it wasn't everything, you know. I got to go to the Dove Awards and present an award, which was absolutely incredible experience. And And I made some incredible friends along the way, but it was cool to be able to say, okay, Elenee, you did it. Congratulations. But that's not all. That's not where it ends. You know, you don't, not everything hinges on somebody else's opinion of how good you think you are. So that was a really cool opportunity, of course. And I'm so thankful to the GMA. I got to do some really cool things with that. But it wasn't the end all be all. It was just the beginnings. So, yeah.
Wow, it's kind of interesting because I remember, as you mentioned about being a winner, I remember some years ago when I was in the band called Arise, and I led the band, and we had won Artist of the Year that year. I think it was 2 years back. I can't say because I would look kind of old. I'm a young dude here. I want to give away my age. So we won this thing, and it was like a real surprise. So I know the feeling of not like, me, really? I mean, it's a big city we're in, and it's how did I win? So it's great, and congrats, man! That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, it's like I said, it was just the beginning of a really cool journey of exploring the gift that God has put inside of me, and just being able to perfect it with the right tools. Right? That's what it's all about.
And that song, I heard that song, by the way. It's really
yes. We gotta get to the song. We gotta play it. So we have some comments real quick. We have some comments that said, I love to hear her song. We got you. I love to hear her song. Love the Greek. We also have Mim Masterclass saying it's good to put yourself out there and also true self-empowered. Yeah, so her song that just released is Good to Me. And it is an antidote for a world that seems to be constantly spiraling in bad news. The bold sounds and vibrant melodies were created at a time when bad news just kept piling on. And I know we always hear that. And needs to be reminded of herself and of the goodness of Jesus. Elenee, before I could get into the specifics of how the Lord has blessed me, my family, my business, and our endeavors in the last while, this is the artist speaking, I decided I should start with the foundation and focus on how I got here in the first place. When I met my Savior, everything went up from there, and we can all rejoice in a moment like that. Ricardo Hartfield is the featured artist who came from an orphanage in Jamaica when he was just a young boy. His tone in Good to Me is apologetic. I can't speak. Bumble tongue twister. Is apologetic and feels like home. Let's get into play the song.
You've taken my past and exchanged it for a hope and a future. You've taken my heart and with perfect grace you put it back together. It's who you are.
Love it, love it, love it.
That is to my playlist.
Wow.
That is on my gospel playlist. That is like,
wow.
perfect. Wake up
I
in the
love
morning, praise music. Let's read some comments. So we have Apostle Faith Walter saying, awesome segment. We have Satin Brownie saying, so good to me. Yeah, rockin'. You want to know the name of the featured artist? The featured artist is, his name is Ricardo Hatfield. Ricardo Hatfield.
He is amazing.
Yeah,
he's so good.
I love the blending of your voices and the instrumental, the production. I love it.
Real nice.
So
and the song is so appropriate for the weekend. You know, this is the weekend. I mean, that's when freedom happens, you know? You know, the word said we die with him, now we raise with him, you know? A whole new start, a whole new life. So I'm excited, my goodness. Lovely.
Yeah. No, it wasn't supposed to release on Good Friday. It was supposed to release a lot sooner. And then it turned out that we were like, should we release a song on Good Friday? And then, you know, the more we listened to it and the more we figured, you know, Good Friday might not be a good Friday to release songs. We were like, you know what? The message totally lines up with the weekend. We're so thankful that the Lord was so good to us and died on the cross and then resurrected 3 days later and gave us the freedom from sin. So you know what? Good Friday is just a good Friday to release.
Awesome.
It had to be. Indeed, we have two more comments that came in. Apostle Faith Walter is saying, yes, God is so good to me. Very uplifting music. Got to get it. Yes. And we have Kelly Virtue saying, I especially love your voices together. Yes, an apostle to anyone who is listening, watching. It is now available on all platforms.
Yes.
And you can also check her out at EleneeYoungMusic.com.
Awesome.
All right. I think do we have any more time? Oh, we might have to wrap up soon. But Elenee, I want to have 1 minute. Okay. Final ones. I want to say a big thank you for coming onto our show today. We absolutely loved having you. Any final words that you want to say to our listeners and viewers out there who want to get inspired and don't know how?
I just want to say, first of all, thanks for having me on this morning. It was an early morning and it was worth it. I'll do it again. And I just want to say, especially to the women, the young girls out there that are feeling that tug on their heart to do music for the kingdom. You're not too young, you're not too little to get started. And somebody's no, just like Miss Fears was saying, is really just another word for wait. So just keep trying, keep working, keep mastering your craft. And the Lord is going to use you for his kingdom.
Awesome. Thank you. Powerful.
Thank you, guys.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much again for coming onto our show. And we would love having you here.
Of course.
Again,
great.
Keith, this was an awesome show. DJ
Listen, I am telling you, it went by too fast. I'm like, what happened? He just flew by like a snap. But it was really fun, you know. These guests were really, you know, this powerful women doing a great work. And this is what it is, you know. So I'm excited here. And good to see you again, and you know, it's just working together in this manner, sharing with these guests. Hey, what can I say? I feel blessed and grateful.
Me too as well. And off we go into our Bible stories with Sister Georgie.
Hey kids, we've got something special just for you. Check out our program, Just for Kids. Kids Media Network. Children's books, TV shows, games, stories, podcasts, and so much more. Follow our series called Kellie's Virtues, looking at kindness, love, courage, and other themes. The books included in this series are Aunt Angel, Hannah Banana, and coming soon, The Rebel Piglet, among others.
Join Sister Georgie for story time and Bible stories for children. Some of the books featured in our storytime include Mae Jemison, Martin and Mahalia, Sonia Sotomayor, Wilma Rudolph, Poems About My Self-Esteem, and more.
Enjoy our 100% engagement platform where you will find gamified quizzes and interactive lessons to help you grow. And if you want to win cash and other rewards, join in every Saturday at 9 a.m. for live TV game show, the Excel Kids Game Show, right after Bible Stories for Children with Sister Georgie from Mississippi by way of Jamaica, West Indies.
There is so much fun, edutainment and positive experience. Hop on over there right now. www.kidsmedianetwork.com. Inspiration to expand your imagination.